Hello everybody, Thomas here, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday the 12th of September. Excuse me if I'm in a bit of a chuckly mood. I've had something of an adventure trying to get this week's mailbag recorded, but I think I've got everything working now. I really do. But this has all been an exercise in learning how to be zen, right? Just from the diaphragm. Okay. Well, welcome, as always. For those of you who are new subscribers, this is the weekly series where I open up all the review copies I've gotten in the mail during the preceding week. Don't know what's in these packages, but we reveal them on camera, and you help me choose which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you. And you know how the last couple of weeks things have been pretty thin on the ground in the mailbag. Light, not very few books, not too many super high-profile releases. Well, no, we are back in business full steam this week. Tons of stuff, at least one package, a dozen packages, and at least one with multiple items. So let's not waste any more time. Just gonna jump right in. I have a couple of big announcements, but I'm gonna hold them off until next Monday because, yeah, my golly, these books. I've already had enough of an effort trying to get this mailbag off the ground today, so I just want to do it and get it over with and post it. All right, so no further ado, let's just get into it, shall we? And we are out of the starting gate, full speed this week with Death's End. This is the third and final book in the Three-Body Problem trilogy by Liu Suzhen. Suzhen Liu, otherwise. This one, we're back to being translated by Ken Liu. Now, as you know, Three-Body Problem won the Hugo Award last year, and I have reviewed it and liked it quite a bit. I have read but not gotten my review done of The Dark Forest, Book 2, as of yet. Gonna be honest, found that one a bit more on the problematic side than otherwise, but still. Regardless of that, overall, this series is impressive enough in what it's attempting to do that I'm really, really excited for this concluding volume. So what can I say about this? Well, it comes out September 20th in hardcover from Tor. Can't really give too much in the way of a synopsis here, but I will say that the premise of the trilogy as a whole is that aliens are on their way, they're going to invade us, they're going to wipe us out. They have done some things to mess around with the ability of the human race to advance technologically. So that we'll be completely unprepared to defend ourselves. But still, everyone is on the case, and people, brilliant minds from around the globe, but particularly this one guy from China, has come up with what he hopes is a solution that will save humanity's bacon, as it were. Okay, so Death's End then wraps up the Three-Body Problem trilogy, a massive hit in its native mainland China, and now coming over here on the 20th of September. And next up we have, also from Tor. Hooray, this is another reminder that Thomas needs to do some catching up. But this is Cloudbound by Fran Wilde, and it is the sequel to Updraft, which won the Andre Norton Award from SFF180 last year. No, this year, just earlier in May. I was there, duh. For Best YA novel. And let's see, this one comes out on the 27th, okay? And let's see, when Kirit Densira left her home tower for the skies, she gave up many things. Her beloved family, her known way of life, her dreams of flying as a trader for her tower. Kirit set her city upside down and fomented a massive rebellion at the Spire, to the good of the towers, but months later everything has fallen to pieces. So, this is set in a society and a culture that are up in the skies, as it were, and they've done a new cover design for this book, and they have also applied this new cover design to Updraft, the paperback version, and it's way better, I gotta say, a million times better. I kind of wish they would print new hardcover dust jackets for people, those of us who have the hardcover and want like this art, but oh well. Anyway, Cloudbound, sequel to Updraft, comes out on the 27th of September. Hooray. And next up we have this big package, which feels like it has 2, maybe even 3 big books in it from Tor. So let's see what we got, shall we? Yeah, 3 new books, and some of these look like they've been out a while. Oh, I remember this. The publicist emailed me because I said that I'm doing a horror thing for Halloween, which I am. And she's like, oh, let me send you some stuff. I don't usually get the horror stuff. But this first one is by Levi Black. It is called Red Right Hand. It came out, excuse me, July 26th, so it's been out a little while. Anyway, this twisted quest tale follows Charlie Tristan Moore, Nyarlathotep's acolyte, on a mission to save the world from the menace of the Elder Gods that tear at the cracks in the universe, trying to invade our reality. But the Elder Gods can never be trusted. No, they can't. And the man in black has more up his sleeve than a red right hand. A compelling mix of horror and urban fantasy. Red Right Hand features a smart, gutsy female protagonist with a chip on her shoulder and a penchant for questioning authority. That's the best kind. Part revenge tale, part love story, part save the world narrative. Fans of H.P. Lovecraft's Elder Gods and the visceral narratives of Laird Barron, Cherie Priest, and Clive Barker will be drawn to Charlie Tristan Moore's journey into the horrific real world hidden behind a veil of fantasy. Okay. Well, yeah, this looks like it could be a lot of fun, but as always, let me know in the comments. And next up we've got, well, this one's a little more recent. This one came out just on the 30th of August. The Empty Ones by Robert Brockway. It says, from a senior editor and columnist for Cracked.com. Okay, I thought that name sounded familiar. The funny and frightening follow-up to the critically acclaimed The Unnoticeables. Snarling, chaotic, and beautiful, The Empty Ones continues Brockway's fast-paced split narrative, this time in 1970s London and the present-day Southwest. The stakes are even higher as our protagonists discover that the mysterious gear cult is trying to focus the angels and solve humanity. Let's see. In the 1970s, Carrie and Randall head to London to get revenge on the empty one called Gus and fight more mysterious angel-like creatures. But it seems that London has a gear cult infestation that's even worse than the one in New York. Our heroes stumble on a powerful and unexpected ally who is more than she seems, and learn the long history of humanity's fight against this otherworldly force. Let's see. Publishers Weekly says the first book was Foul-Mouthed Hard-Drinking Adventure, which reads like a collaboration by Hunter S. Thompson, the Sex Pistols, and H.P. Lovecraft. Caitlin describes Carrie as mostly bravado, lies, and perversion, which perfectly sums up the gutter-dwelling vibe of this novel and its down-and-out protagonists. Well, there you go. The Empty Ones came out from Tor on August 30th. And next up, what do we got? Oh, okay, well, this is from F. Paul Wilson, and it's, oh, this one's been out forever, July 5th. Okay, well, this one says, F. Paul Wilson, the New York Times bestselling author of the wildly popular Repairman Jack series. What if the Panacea, the mythical cure-all, really existed? Who hasn't, at one time or another, craved a miracle cure for a loved one, or maybe for oneself? No longer would you have to watch your parents suffer from debilitating rheumatoid arthritis or Alzheimer's disease, or watch your child succumb to leukemia. What if you yourself could be cured after finding a suspicious lump or a cancerous growth? To cure the incurable is a doctor's and humanity's dream. Or is it? On to the next page. The effect of widespread availability of a panacea would be enormous. No disease and no premature death from disease would change everything. Old religions would fall before the panacea and new religions would spring up from it. Social order would convulse, and the course of history would be forever skewed. This is the premise F. Paul Wilson uses to launch a taut-gripping thriller in which two secret societies vie for control of the ultimate medical miracle, Panacea. And once again showcases his talent for strong characters, provocative storylines, and his penchant for weaving in supernatural yet plausible elements that make readers think, even as they are entertained. Well, that's a good combination if you can pull it off. But so, Panacea by F. Paul Wilson, now available from Tor. And moving on, here's one for all you coloring fans, adult coloring book fans. Halloween on the way, so what better than an Edgar Allan Poe adult coloring book? Let's see what this one's all about. Looks like the artist is someone named Odessa Begay. And let's see, I suspect this will be fairly, yeah, this is all pretty, you know, abstract and hallucinatory, I guess, as befits the source material, Poe. But could probably lend itself to some good coloring. So if you're into this kind of thing, Edgar Allan Poe coloring book. There's no actual sell sheet in here, so I can't give you a date. But this is a finished copy, so maybe it's nowish. But the thing is, I mean, ravens are already black, right? So I guess there's no raven coloring to be done here. Not much, anyway. Oh, well, there's that raven. It's kind of a big raven. So, yeah, you can really work out your blacks and your grays and your light blacks and dark blacks and medium blacks. So what is that? That's like 6 books already. Wow. And yeah, we're really kind of pushing the more horror-ish kind of theme this week. This is from Simon & Schuster Gallery Books. This is a trade paperback debut novel by an author named Colin Geigel? Gigl? Who knows? It's called The Ferryman Institute, comes out September 27th, a fantastical debut novel told in the best-selling traditions of Christopher Moore and Jasper Fforde. A ferryman for the dead finds his existence unraveling after making either the best decision or the biggest mistake of his immortal life. Ferryman Charlie Dawson saves dead people. Somebody has to convince them to move on to the afterlife. Having never failed a single assignment, he's acquired a reputation for success that's as legendary as it is unwanted. Turns out, serving as a ferryman is causing Charlie to lose his mind. Oh dear. Deemed too valuable by the Ferryman Institute to be let go and too stubborn to just give up in his own right, Charlie's pretty much abandoned all hope of escaping his grim existence, or he had anyway, until he saved Alice Spiegel. To be fair, Charlie never planned on stopping Alice from taking her own life, but he never planned on the president, either the president or the Ferryman Institute president. Doesn't say. Anyway, he hadn't planned on the president secretly giving him the choice to either. Charlie's not quite sure what to make of it, but Alice is alive, and it's the first time he's felt right in nearly 250 years. When word of the incident reaches Inspector Javrouche, the Ferryman Institute's resident internal affairs liaison, Charlie finds he's in a world of trouble, but Charlie's not about to lose the only living, breathing person he's ever saved without a fight, and he's willing to put the entire continued existence of mankind at risk in the process. Well then, that's a bit extreme, Charlie, but good luck to you anyway. Ferryman Institute debut novel comes out September the 27th. Let me know in the comments. And yet another one from Gallery Books. We are, really pushing the horror stuff. This one is called Dead Souls. The author is J. Lincoln Fenn, not Nikolai Gogol. And this is described, comes out the 27th, or the 20th, excuse me. This is described as an edgy and bone-chilling new novel about what we actually give up when we make a deal with the devil. When Fiona Dunn is approached in a bar by a man who calls himself Scratch and claims he's the devil, she figures it's just some kind of postmodern ironic pickup line. But since he offers to pick up the tab, what the hell? A few drinks in, Scratch offers something much stranger, a wish in exchange for her immortal soul. Don't do it, Fiona. Don't do it, Fiona. Don't do it. Fiona has been wondering if her boyfriend is having an affair. What if she could become invisible? See what he's really up to. Come on, you're going to trade your immortal soul just for that asshole? Aim higher, girl. It can be done, but for a price. In addition to her soul, Fiona must perform a special favor for Scratch whenever the time comes. Fiona finds the whole thing so hilarious, she agrees. Bad idea. Not only does Fiona soon discover that she really was talking to the devil incarnate, what a surprise, but she's now been initiated into a bizarre support group of similar dead souls, those who've exchanged their own immortal souls on a whim and must spend their waking hours in absolute terror of that favor eventually being called in, and what is exactly required from each of them in order to give the devil his due. So, life lesson there, folks, but Dead Souls from J. Lincoln Fenn comes out on the 20th from Gallery Books. Next up, Tortine comes through. This is a new novel by Sarah Porter. It is called Vasa in the Night. This releases on the 20th as well. And it says, in her newest YA novel, Sarah Porter has merged the dark, forested world of Russian folklore with the gritty urban streets of Brooklyn to vibrant and dramatic effect. Well then, I've seen them kind of pushing this a little bit in some of their promotional materials, so it's neat to kind of finally see it. In the Enchanted Kingdom of Brooklyn. All my viewers from Brooklyn, just go ahead and get your snickering out of the way. The fashionable people put on cute shoes, go to parties in warehouses, drink on rooftops at sunset, and tell themselves they've arrived. A whole lot of Brooklyn is like that now, but not Vasa's working-class neighborhood. In Vasa's neighborhood, where she lives with her stepmother and bickering stepsisters, one might stumble onto magic, but stumbling out again could become an issue. Babs Yaga, the owner of the local convenience store. I like that. Babs Yaga has a policy of beheading shoplifters, a bit extreme, and sometimes innocent shoppers as well. So, when Vasa's stepsender sends her out for light bulbs in the middle of the night, she knows it could easily become a suicide mission. But Vasa has a bit of luck hidden in her pocket, a gift from her dead mother. Erg is a tough-talking wooden doll with sticky fingers, a bottomless stomach, and a ferocious cunning. With Erg's help, Vasa just might be able to break the witch's curse and free her Brooklyn neighborhood, but Babs won't be playing fair. Inspired by the Russian folktale Vasilisa the Beautiful and Sarah Porter's years of experience Teaching creative writing to New York City students, Vasa in the Night weaves a dark yet hopeful tale about a young girl's search for home, love, and belonging. This is the highly anticipated return of Sarah Porter, whose previous books, the Lost Voices trilogy, were praised for their exceptional world building. With Vasa in the Night, Porter succeeds in making a well-known location seem vibrant and new. I think this sounds like it could have a lot of charm. And, you know, I love reinventions of old folk tales, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me review this one. Comes out the 20th, Vasa in the Night. Oh my golly. Very happy to see this one. But, oh, my deltoids hate me after these videos, I tell you. Peter F. Hamilton returns. This is A Night Without Stars. It is the sequel to The Abyss Beyond Dreams, part of his newest Commonwealth duology. And another reminder that Thomas has a lot of catching up to do. But, yeah, love Pete Hamilton. And let's see, in this series, let's see what we have. What can I give away? It comes out the 27th, and after centuries trapped inside the void, the planet Bienvenido, along with its inhabitants, both human and faller, has been expelled into normal space. But the survivors are millions of light years from the Commonwealth, which knows nothing of their existence. As the two races plunge into mortal conflict for sole possession of the planet, the humans seem destined to lose, despite the assistance of the mysterious warrior angel who possesses forbidden Commonwealth technology. Yeah, all right, that's all I'm going to go ahead and read of that one. But really, really happy to see this. Very much enjoy the Commonwealth space operas. You know, Peter F. Hamilton writes tomes, right? He's like the Steven Erikson of epic space opera, SF. But he's good at it. He really is. If you want to get started with the Commonwealth books, you know, don't start here. Start with Pandora's Star and Judas Unchained, and then work your way through the Void trilogy, and then here we go. But yes. Pete Hamilton fans, the 27th is the big day. A Night Without Stars. And this is where Thomas starts thinking about setting up a Patreon so he can get a massage therapist. Well, no rest for the wacky, so let's see. A thin little package from... I have no idea. Oh, okay, well, it's from the wonderful Mordecai at Tor.com Publishing. I'd requested this one because I usually get my Tor.com review copies in digital form. But the link didn't work for me on this one, so I said, can you just send me a physical for, and he's like, sure. So here it is, The Dream Quest of Velvet Bow. This is by Keys Johnson. This is definitely on my Halloween coverage plans. But this is another sort of reinvention of Lovecraft, as it were. Professor Velvet Bow teaches at the prestigious Ulthar Women's College. When one of her most gifted students elopes with a dreamer from the waking world, Velvet must retrieve her. So this is from, you know, Lovecraft's dream cycle stories, not the Cthulhu mythos. And it is out now from Tor.com Publishing, either as an ebook or a little trade paperback. But I'm quite eager to read this, and of course you'll hear what I think come Halloweenish. And coming up, oh god, another, this feels like another heavy one. But this looks like a big Tor hardcover. What could it be? All right then, Wild Cards fans, George R. R. Martin fans, here you go. This is the newest Wild Cards novel, High Stakes. Let's see, arrives from Tor on the, oh, it just came out, so the 30th. All right, so it's brand new, but perfect for old fans and new readers alike. High Stakes delves deeper into the world of aces, jokers, and the hard-boiled men and women of the Fort Freak Police Precinct in a pulpy, page-turning novel of superheroics and Lovecraftian horror. Lots of Lovecraftian stuff this week. But let's see. Okay, don't want to give too much away, but High Stakes, or the Wild Cards whole thing, it's a shared world, which used to really be all the rage in SFF. It's not really done so much anymore that I know of, at least apart from High Stakes. Probably some other people doing it, but this is where a whole bunch of writers come together and collaborate and tell stories in the same universe. A universe is created, and then many people contribute to it. And this, it's a novel, but it combines the writing talents of Melinda Snodgrass, John Joseph Miller, David Anthony Durham, Carolyn Spector, Stephen Lee, and Ian Tregillis. Okay. So, and it is co-edited by George and Melinda Snodgrass. So, well, there you are. So, out now from Tor Books, High Stakes, the latest Wild Cards opus. Oh my word, have we gotten to the bottom of the stack at last? We appear to have gotten to the bottom of the stack at last. Okay, hang on, we'll do this. We'll do it. Anyway, this is a package from the Hachette Group. All right, well, I've just gotten an ARC for a book that is already in stores. Well, why not? But thanks very much, Ellen from Orbit. I guess plenty of these were laying around. Why not get them out there? This is a book called Forsaken Skies, even though it doesn't say so on this cover specifically, because this is an ARC. But it is the first volume in a new series called The Silence. The author is D. Nolan Clark, which is actually a pseudonym. Not sure who for. I could look it up probably, but it is described as Seven Samurai meets The Expanse. Came out on the 6th of September, so last week it came out. And it says, sometimes the few must stand against the many. From the dark, cold void came an unknown force. Their target, a remote planet, the home for a group of people distancing themselves from mankind and pursuing a path of piety and peace. If they have any chance at survival, a disparate group of pilots must come together to fight back any way they can. But the best these aces can do might not be good enough. Right, well, I never realized that a space opera version of Seven Samurai was something I'd been jonesing for, but evidently it was. But this is out now from Orbit Books, and yeah, I'm very much planning on reading it. It looks really exciting to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, the author's actual name is David Wellington. So, an established author in other genres, D. Nolan Clark. That's who that really is. And there it is, everyone. Another big week in the mailbag, and a very awesome and exciting week, full of some pretty amazing things, if I do say so. You know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. And if you enjoyed watching, please hit the like button, share the video far and wide with your SFF reading friends, and above all, please sub if you haven't done so. That's how SFF180 grows, and you can also support the channel at my TeePublic store, where there are shirts and related cool merch, okay? And so, until I see all you awesome folks next time, happy reading.